Good morning, everybody. I'm on my way to go to a street corner and do some panhandling. Why, you ask? Well, I've always wanted to do it as a social experiment. Today is a beautiful day. It's sunny out. The weather's super nice. Yesterday was so hot. It's like February, 20th, 22nd is today. And so I'm running a little late. I was trying to get out there by 7:30. You know, people coming into work and whatnot. And I left at my house at 7:30, but whatever. I got the clothes, kind of, sort of, you can kind of see, you know, the clothes. I got some raggedy shoes on. I don't know what my take is on it, but like I say, I'm doing this as a social experiment. If I make some money on it, cool. I'm gonna donate 50% of it anyway to the homeless shelter here in the Springs. Hoping for the best. Curious to see how people handle me. And my sign, I thought about my sign for a long time because I don't want to lie. I'm not a vet, I'm not homeless, I'm not like needing money per se. You know, my needs are met. But it just says, I like money.
Oh, I like money.
So I don't know, maybe people like money too and they want to be my friend and hang out and give me some money. Anyway. All right, so social experiment done. I was only out there for, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half or something. A lot of things to take away from this experiment, and I could go on and on and on about it. But the one thing that I'm just so shocked about was the lack of compassion. Be more compassionate to people. I couldn't even tell you how many times, people would drive by me. They'd be parked or stopped waiting for the light or what have you, and they would jeer at me. They would literally like just give me this stink eye. You know, they'd look at me and give me the stink eye. They would ignore me. If they were on my side of the aisle, like I was in the median in the middle, and as I was walking with the sign, you know, people would just kind of, lean in. They'd play into their phones. It's like I was invisible. They acted like I wasn't there. You know, there was definitely some people like that went out of their way to flip me off. I have no idea why. I don't know what I did to deserve that, to be flipped off. Somebody who cursed at me, and I was just like, hey, have a blessed day, have a nice day. Just in a humanistic sense, right? I'm a human being, and I'm standing on the corner, and you can't even give me the time of day. You can't even look my way. You shun me like I'm evil, like I'm scum of the earth. Who knows like what goes on in these people's minds? I mean, I've seen some people, they were gritting their teeth. They were just like they'd like look, and I was like, really? Like, what did I do to deserve any of that, right? Oh, and by the way, people don't know how to make left-hand turns. Wow. I couldn't even tell you how many times I almost got ran over. I already know this about people because I was a delivery driver for like 7, 8, 9 years, something like that. And no, I don't think they were doing it on purpose. I just think that they don't understand how to make a left-hand turn. Now, here's another thing though, is a lot of people laughed. A lot of people smiled, laughed, gave me a thumbs up. Here's things about a thumbs up. It doesn't pay the bills. So if you're gonna bless somebody, give them $1, whatever. Which, by the way, I only earned $1. One guy. It was almost like he wanted to give me the money, but he wanted to do it like in secret. He was like, hey, Mr. And he's like, I got something for you. And I was like, okay, thanks. And he gives me $1, he's like, and that was it. I had another gal who made my day. She rolled her window down and yelled at me from across the street. She's like, nobody's gonna give you any money with that sign. Best of luck. I was like, thanks. Anyway, so it was certainly interesting. But now the practical side of all of this, forgive me, I keep saying on, I'm not really thinking, and I'm like so tired. I'm so sleep deprived right now from new baby on Sunday and everything else. Exhausted, running a business, taking care of the family and everything else. So the practical aspect of it, like being in a person's shoes who has to stand on the corner to try to make some money or whatever it is. Maybe they're scam artists, maybe they're not. I don't know. But what I do know was this. My wrists hurt. My shoulders hurt. It reminded me of being, like, think about holding a sign, a cardboard sign, especially I had the wind on my back, so it was even harder to hold that sign. It reminded me of being in marching band days, having to hold my trumpet up for hours. Like, that is grueling. That's hard. And you're like, oh, you're such a big baby. I'm telling you, like, holding that sign up was not an easy task. My fingers, like, you know, like just like my wrists and everything. And again, you know, I haven't lifted weights and worked out in years, unfortunately. But still, that's one aspect to think about doing this. The other thing is standing out there. I was bored. Wow. And I know I get bored really easy, but man, was I bored. Imagine standing out there all day, like trying to do this and trying to make a buck or whatever it is. Not an easy task. It's just not an easy task. I'm not saying it's labor. It wasn't labor intensive. It was nice. Like, let me show you something. I don't know if you can see a good view of this or where I'm at. It was such a pretty nice day outside. Like, I love being outside. I so miss that. I feel like I locked myself in my cave trying to grow my business and whatnot. But at least that aspect was nice. But what if it was snowing today? You know, and I needed that money. What if all these other scenarios played out? Like, that's hard. That's not easy to do. And again, I imagine, like, I wouldn't mind doing this for one whole week. Even from a business perspective, just learning so many little things about doing this even in business, you know, eye contact with people, trying to engage with customers or people. I mean, however you want to look at it. Marketing, you know, your sign's got to say a lot. I imagine a lot of people play this out. Or I imagine a lot of people who are legitimately homeless, who legitimately need the money or whatever the case may be, they figured out their niche or the way that they're going to earn the best bang for their buck to stand out there all day. I'm not saying any of these people are con artists. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm not saying these people are going to go use money for booze or drugs or whatever. I have no idea. But again, if it was the one thing I took away from any of this was to be compassionate to another human being. They're out there just living their life. Maybe their life is not what they had planned it to be and they're stuck in a rut or whatever. But, you know, I know myself, I found myself, it's hard to, you know, look at people because they're giving you the poor eyes and they're really trying to reel you in and try to compel you to give them money. And that's fine. But man, if it's something I could at least do as I'm driving and if I see somebody, you know, standing on the corner with a sign or whatever, is just say, I'm sorry, I don't have any money to give you, but man, I hope you have a good day. You know, just to reach out to them as another human being and say, you're worth something. You're worth my time to talk to you. I mean, the amount of people that it wasn't even worth their time and energy to look at me was just astounding. And I think I already mentioned, there was definitely a lot of people who laughed and gave me the thumbs up, and that was nice. And, you know, I hope it blessed their day. I hope they went about their day and it gave them something to talk about. I hope they went into work and like, dude, I saw this crazy dude out there with this sign, I like money, and it made me laugh, blah, 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 blah. You know, maybe it sparked the interest of their day. I have no idea, but it's just remarkable, human contact and human interaction, how it can affect somebody. Just little things like that. You know, I only saw these people for what, 30 seconds or something, you know, at a time as they would park at the light and, you know, go about their business. And I don't know, a lot of bumper stickers. Saw a lot of interesting bumper stickers, ads on buses and things like that. Interesting things you don't ever really pay attention to. But, and I don't know if I had mentioned this yet, but consistency I would find would be a great gauge for this experiment. If I did this Monday through Friday, even the weekend maybe, but I don't know how busy it is on the weekend. I mean, there's a lot of, I suppose in a scientific data inquiry sense, figuring out, you know, what corner works the best, where's the most traffic at, where's the most people hang out, who gives the most money. You know, I was kind of in a nicer side of my town, a lot of nice cars, a lot of Mercedes, Teslas drove by, a couple other nice cars rolled by. Totally people that ignored me.
Because I like money. I'm sorry.
And again, that's just another takeaway in business and life and anything. You know, being consistent at whatever it is you're doing, whether it's working for a company or being your own boss or whatever it is in life, even if it's your marriage, your family, your kids, anything, is just being consistent pays off a lot. Imagine doing this for a week would absolutely pay off, and I'd learn, you know, the tricks and the trades and what works and what doesn't. Maybe have a dog with me, maybe have a stroller, whatever the case may be. But being consistent about it, people seeing your face every single day, they might, you know, come the end of the week, maybe it's Friday or something, they're like, you know what, maybe I'll give this guy a buck. I've seen him every day, and, you know, maybe he's hard in his luck, whatever. But anyway, this is a longer video than I thought. Sorry if you watched it all, great. I tend to talk a lot if you don't know that already, but I know one thing right now. I'm tired. I need to go home and take a shower. I haven't showered in a few days. I need to get out of these clothes. And I got a lot of work to do for my business, but I feel like I need to rest anyway. But hey, thanks for watching. I hope you learned from something from this. Just take the time and just at least communicate with someone. You have no idea what they're going through or whatever the case may be. And my God, if you're one of those person that flip them off and jeer and give them the stink eye, shame on you. There's no need for any of that. None. Have a good day, you guys.